Hey guys, it's JohnyTechReview. Today I have a review for you of this Meyoung Intelligent Floor Vacuum Cleaner. As you can see here, this is very similar to some of the other vacuum cleaner like the Roomba. So previously I used an iRobot A60 and that was about 2 or 3 years ago, and this guy is definitely an improvement as far as technology. I know that iRobot has released better Roomba since then, but I have not used those. Anyway, I can only tell you experience of using this guy. Up front here you have a little LCD here, and this LCD here tells you the time. It also tells you some of the features and function, and then here is the battery meter. Right now it's full because I've been charging it. Up top you actually have these little touch sensitive buttons. They actually are buttons. So this is the home button, this is the play button to resume, and then this is like the mop button, I believe. Of course you have this remote control here and also the base unit, but I have the base unit installed downstairs, so I'll show you some of that footage here. But yeah, the base unit basically just have the infrared there, and they also have the sensor and charger to charge this unit. So really quick, let's just go over the remote control. You have a power on and off here. You have a different mode switching. You can manually move the unit by using this arrow key here. On the full go mode, it will go clean, and then when it run low on battery, it will go home, charge, and then resume and continue doing that. There's a play pause button here to do the normal auto mode. There's the charge button to go home, mop, spot, clock, and timer. So first of all, when I was using the old iRobot Roomba, even though that one was old, I can actually set which day of the week and what time I want it to run. So this unit is slightly disappointing in that you can only basically set a timer, and then you can have a clock, so that will be the timer, and then the timer will basically run when the hour get there. So it only does it based on the timer, and you don't really have the ability to schedule it. Let's say you want to run it Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you won't be able to do that with this unit. It will always just run on a timer there. So that's one disappointing thing about this unit. So the user menu is here. It has English and Chinese. One important page on this user menu is toward the end. There's actually a list of error code, and the error codes are very useful right here, as you can see. And these error codes tell you what problem the vacuum cleaner has, and it will display here in your little screen. So sometimes it will basically suck in a baby sock or maybe a rubber band, and then it will complain about this, and it will tell you right now. When the sensor get too dirty, and there's a bunch of them I'll show you in a minute here, it also complain and let you know to clean it. So I have this unit for probably around a month now, and during that time I had to clean the unit once, just wipe the sensor up front and also just clean the bottom. But here I can show you what it looked like at the bottom. You have here the brush and the vacuum cleaner. As you can see, caught a lot of hair, but this is very simple. And then here you have a physical on-off switch, and then right here you have the brush that basically grabs stuff together, and you can see pick up a lot of hair. And then here is the wheel that allows it to move. There's the speaker right there, and here's your edge sensor. So when it's going forward and it detects a drop off the floor or something, like my floor has a lot of different level, it will stop and not fall over. And in practice that works very well. Of course the wheel here goes up and down on this level here, and there's more edge sensor on the side here. And these wheels here are allowed to go between carpet and floor and stuff, and it can climb a little bit. Up front here you have that front sensor, and of course this unit was smarter than my old Roomba. My old Roomba will just run through a wall, and there's a little clicker that will hit, but this one is smart. It won't hit the wall. It will know there's a wall there, and it will stop before that. It has to be a solid wall. If it's going through a chair or something, it will basically try to put the chair away. So in my dining area I have chairs, and this guy is strong enough to just push the chair, and it will push the chair around as it's trying to get stuff. So it's been probably 3 or 4 days since I emptied this dustbin, so I expect it to be very full and dirty. And as you can see right now, it's catch it all into here. As you can see, it's very full. And yeah, you just take this out. There's a HEPA filter here that you can clean, and of course it also picks some of the dog food up here, as you can see. So yeah, it get full very fast, and usually at 2 run it's pretty much full. So usually I empty it every 2 run or so. As you can see here, as you get the dust filter out, the light go up and it doesn't run, so which is very cool. I push it back in and it will come back online. As you can see, just like that. So as far as cleaning, this guy does a very good job. So most of my house are hardwood and slate, and it does a very good job of cleaning. It pick up the dust everywhere, and it has various different patterns that I will go by. So these are some of the patterns that I will go through, as you can see. So depending on which mode you're in, you can see these different patterns that I will run. So I noticed that it does linger in the room for quite a while. Runtime wise, it will last about almost 2 hours, and before it run out of battery, about 20 minutes before that, it will try to go home. The problem is that this unit here will have a hard time to go home sometime. Sometime I noticed it tried to go home for almost an hour and it was unable to go home. You will notice that the unit will try to go home when the vacuum cleaner stop running and the brush just spin, and it's really quiet and it's always trying to go home. So here's a quick dirty diagram, can explain where everything is in the house. So I have here the dining room, and here there's a table, and there's a countertop right here, and the base is right over here on this side. I used to put the base right here in the middle of the hallway, but I didn't like that because it was getting in the way and it was still unable to find it sometime. Anyway, I put it here, and then it will work on this area, it will go out to here, go out to this area, sometimes go down this hallway, or this is the front door, and it will go down here to this nook area too. And then sometimes it will try to come home, it will get to around here and then get lost. One time it was going back and forth between here and never found the base here, so it got stuck and died over here also. Over here there's also my master bedroom on this level, and it's also go in that room and get stuck sometime. The living room is actually on another level, so it's a little bit drop down, so the vacuum cleaner does not try to go in here. I do have to manually bring it into here and press start to let it clean this area from time to time. But in general, it cleans this kitchen area and this dining area very well. The Roomba was actually a really good unit as far as going home. Even though it was 3 or 4 rooms away, it was able to come home when it's needed. I hope the future unit will improve that, because I think it had never found home and always die and run out of battery quite often. I would say in the past 3 or 4 weeks of using it, maybe 10 or 20% of the time it find home. The rest of the time it was having a really hard time going home, and perhaps that's because of my setup. So overall, this Meyoung vacuum cleaner works pretty well. I do like the fact that it does a very good job of cleaning, and it runs around the house and clean a lot of the area. I would say that this is not your primary vacuum cleaner. You will still need to sweep and clean. But of course, my floor being hardwood or slate, it's very easy to get dust into it, and you can feel it on your feet all the time. So just having this guy running daily really help supplement and clean the area. And when we start using this, we kind of notice that if we don't use it for a day, we can feel the dirt on the floor, and then you kind of be dependent on using this every day. Of course, we still mop and clean on the other period. But other than that, I think the only downside for this unit is unable to find home, and sometimes it will try to dock on the base, but it will have a hard time docking. I did contact the company, and they told me to clean this little sensor here really well, and also clean the pin on the base, and that helped a little bit. But yeah, sometimes it will have problem and you still need to help it. So guys, that's pretty much conclude my quick review of this Meyoung vacuum cleaner. I hope it helped you in your purchase decision, and if you have any question, let me know in the comment below, and as always, stay tuned for future review. Thank you.